Hey, there we go. We are live now.
Okay, well, cool. Hello, everyone, friends and adventurers. This is a different stream. It's not really a stream, it's just a short little video that we wanted to get together to do to give everyone an update as to why we've gone dark this week. If you don't follow us on social media, we've already announced and given some reasons as to why, but basically, we are going dark for the time being in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, which is motorcycles going by.
Just motorcycles.
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically, there's a lot of challenging things going on in our country right now, and I don't think any of us really felt right sitting down playing a game in the middle of it. We're hoping to get back soon, of course. We all love doing what we do. We're lucky to do what we do. But we just wanted to present you guys with some opportunities to help outside of social media as well, and use our space as a platform to give those to you. And thank you for sticking with us while we're doing this, while we take this time to do what we feel is right for ourselves and our country. And we're going to highlight some people from artists, creators, Black efforts, and campaigns that are going on right now that you can help and support. And if you can't support them financially or physically, boost them, share them with your friends. And there's a lot of ways to help, and a simple Google search will tell you more. But we will have all these links and descriptions in the description box below. So go check that out at the end of this video. And right now, I think we'll start with Katie. Tell us who you'd like to shine a light on.
Yeah, so first I just want to say, you can always just do a quick Google search to find GoFundMe pages for George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, anybody who's been affected by this. I'm confident that there's one out there, and just give what you can. And then on more fun note, something that's been bringing me so much joy in this crappy ass time is this artist, Yesenia. She's an Afro-Latina artist who I actually found during the Emerald City Comic-Con online. She just makes like the most beautifully colored, happy drawings. And she even has, if you have kiddos, a book called Honey Smoke that she illustrated as well. And it's just been bringing me lots of joy to look at her pictures while I'm stuck inside. But yeah, she can be found on Twitter at Alexia Draws. And then there will also be a link to her website.
Great, thank you. Paul, you have someone you want to tell us about? Oh, you're muted.
It's someplace, actually. So before I moved to the Bay Area, I lived in Richmond, Virginia for over a decade. And those are kind of my, coming of age years. And I had a lot of experiences in that place that shaped who I am. And a lot of those were uncomfortable discussions, given the history of Richmond, Virginia. Um, so I'd like to shine a spotlight on that. There have been a lot of protests going on there, as there have been across the country. And if you are able to donate, the Richmond Bail Fund, rvabailfund.org, is a great place to help out protesters who have been taken into custody unnecessarily, unfairly, by the Richmond Police Department. There's been a lot of progress made there. And in fact, a statue of Robert E. Lee is going to be removed, which has been a long time coming. And as a native Virginian, I'm very happy to see that that is one effect of these protests that have gone on.
Hell yeah, thank you. And Sage, please tell us a little bit about what you'd like to shine a light on.
I think for all of the people who maybe don't understand the vast history behind this sudden eruption of tension in this movement, I highly recommend reading or listening to as an audiobook. It's called The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. It is a fantastic, fantastic book that really plainly lays out everything from the abolition of slavery until the Jim Crow laws, until modern day history of mass incarceration. And she is very just an incredibly eloquent writer who just lays out complex ideas very beautifully. And it also gives a wonderful number of talking points that if you want to talk to your local representatives, to your family, to your friends, to the captain of police at your local police station, of how you can bring up these conversations in a way that's productive and armed with facts. And so that's a great book. Cannot recommend more.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Thank you. Celeste, please go ahead.
Yeah, I have a few different things I'd like to recommend. If you're feeling totally lost right now and just want some general resources about where to even start, where to help, there are a lot of pages right now that are working to just, put together donation links, reading links, all kinds of stuff. A great one I've been recommending to people is blacklivesmatter.card.co. It's a great website where if you type in Black Lives Matter, they've gone ahead and they've listed a bunch of different links, articles, resources. The New York Times has also been putting out some stuff. Just look for responsible publications. Get out there, use Google. I recommend that you do that, do your internet research, because Black creators, especially just Black people in general right now, are so overloaded by white people asking how they can help. I would encourage you to stop doing that, to use Google to educate yourself. These are hard times all around. So check out resources like that. And then also I encourage you to start educating yourself on the issue. All white people, including myself, many of the people here have grown up with privilege, and it's a hard thing to learn how to help and to unlearn some behaviors that are not helpful. So I definitely get some books. A couple I've been recommending, I just ordered these this week for myself and members of my family. I went ahead and I bought, this book is Anti-Racist by Tiffany Jewell. And if you type in "this book is anti-racist," you can go ahead and find, I do encourage you to buy these books right now from independent publishers, people who may not be associated with big government officials that we super don't want to support. So avoid Amazon where you can. Shop independent bookstores. Me and White Supremacy by Layla F. Saad is also a really great pick, and you can go ahead and buy directly from her on the website, meandwhitesupremacybook.com. These are both very approachable titles written by Black people who really break down, the problem of racism and how it's affected us and how we can also affect change. So I just encourage you to learn, get out there, buy from Black creators, support them. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that's one of the first places I went to too. Went to a bunch of different petitions and signed my name and donated.
Exactly.
It's a great location. And some of the places I wanted to highlight are just some fun things if you're kind of struggling to put a smile on your face right now. I know a lot of people come to us for goofs and laughs and explicit language. So if you're missing that right now, I highly recommend the podcast Best Friends. It's from the Earwolf Network by Nicole Byer and Sashir Zamata. They're just best friends and they're kicking it and having a conversation. Yeah, I was listening to it on my way home tonight and I was cracking up too. They're very chill, and it's the same kind of attitude I think we like to have at our table, just an open conversation. And I highly recommend it if you just want to feel like you're in a room hanging out with your friends, having a chat. And also cknightarts.com. This is an artist and comic book creator. His name is Cameron Knight. You can follow him on Instagram just to check out his illustrations on CK Knight Art. And his comic book Instagram is at Cliques_comic. Cliques, QUE _comics. He does all the illustration. He's the storyteller. You can find it on his website. He has 2 episodes out right now. The art is incredible. It's outstanding. It's so colorful, beautiful Black characters, and amazing style. I love all of them. I just bought both episodes and I'm so excited to read through them. I wanted new comics anyway. and I'm really excited. It looks like a fun anime time. So I highly recommend you go check it out. And of course, all the links, everything we just discussed,
Oh,
it's all in the
sorry,
description.
I have one more before tossing it to JB that I want to like
Oh,
slide in
I
here.
forgot JB. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no worries.
Forgot me. No.
no.
I thought I said you.
One more I want to slide in. If you haven't heard of Risk podcast, it's a really great storytelling podcast where they take real people who never thought they would tell their stories in front of a microphone. They just released an episode today all about Black stories, hearing from Black creators. So that 30 true stories about racism, resilience, and Black joy from Risk with an exclamation point. I think listening to stories is so powerful and a great way to introduce people to the subject of why this is important. Hearing actual stories from actual people can be so helpful, especially for those people who are a little bit more resilient to change. So that's what I wanted to shout out before handing it off to JB.
So I want to touch on 3 quick things. Number one, a lot of people don't know where to give. Even with all the links that we've given, there are so many places popping up asking for donations, asking for money. If you're not sure where to give some money, there are websites devoted to hedging all those funds together and giving them out as needed to various organizations. So the one link that I would like you to go to is secure.actblue.com. All right. It has a list of Black Lives Matter Global Network, National Bailout, Know Your Rights Camp, a whole bunch of great places that are using the funds wisely, and it divvies them up as needed. So you don't have to make a contribution to 15 different places. You can put all of that money in one safe, registered place, and they will hand it out for you as needed. 2, because we're all in the tabletop sphere, or you would not be listening to this, Humble Bundle has made an announcement that they are going to be spending $1 million, $1 million fund dedicated to helping publish games by Black developers. That's games unilaterally. That's tabletop, RPG, written. It's also video games, all that kind of stuff. So keep an eye out on Humble Bundle in the coming months as they roll out more information on that and how you can apply. And 3, I'm not going to spout anywhere that you should go. Instead, I would like to kind of jump off of what Paul suggested and what a bailout fund is. I am from the deep South, and I think just saying that tells you enough. Imagine, if you will, you're driving down the road on your way home. There's a huge crowd. There's smoke everywhere. You're driving along in your Honda Civic because they're everywhere. You have your boyfriend in the car with you, or your girlfriend, partner. Suddenly, police step into the road. They stop you. They tell you to open your door. You do. You're scared. People are yelling. People have cameras pointed in your direction. And you're pulled out of the car. You're thrown into a police cruiser, resisting arrest, and you find yourself in jail. You didn't do anything. You didn't plan on this. You didn't have an emergency escape plan. You were driving home. That is what these bailout funds are for. It's not just for protesters. And I've had a lot of people on my Facebook and on my Twitter asking why someone would donate to a bailout fund. Why would they bail you out? You did something. Not everyone did. Most people didn't. And the few people that did start fires, break windows, they are not getting bailout fund money. They are not. Bailout funds are to help people unexpectedly pay for these things and get back home, go back to their job, go back to their kids, and stop upheaving their life. So please consider giving to a bailout fund. And those are the only 3 things I wanted to talk about. Humble Bundle, be sure to check it out. Bailout funds, and hedge funds that help spread your money around without you having to do it all yourself.
And once again, all of these links will be posted directly below in the video following this. So in case you missed anything, it'll all be there for you.
Yeah. That's really it. We just wanted to share some other things that we'd like to bring to the table, and hope you guys find and discover that there are many forms of activism, of showing your support. And you know, it's a dark time right now, but we're working towards better days ahead, and it's completely possible if we're in it together. So thank you guys for sticking with us and supporting us and the BLM movement. We're fighting with you in our own ways too. So thank you all.
Thank you.
Venture away.
Venture away.
Venture away.
Venture
None of us were
away.
ready
Venture
to
away.
sing.
No.
Venture away.
Don't do this. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna